Hello, welcome to the Essential Training of Java Programming channel. Here today I'm going to demonstrate how can we run the simple Java program. Okay, so let's begin. So to start with this program, first of all we have to go in here and let's go into this Eclipse, and we have to go in here and we have to create a Java project. And I'm going to write the name of this Java project as weekly tutorials. Okay, weekly tutorials. So I'm going to write this one here and I'm going next, and then I'm going to just uncheck this create model info and hit finish. Okay, we have got this weekly tutorials, which is a Java project, and after going here we have to just go in here and in the source folder we have to go and create a new package. So we have to create a new package, and let's say this one is the week 1 package. So okay, so what I'm going to do here is week 1. Okay, so I'm going to create a new package called week 2 package. Alright, so I'm going to create week 2 package now. We have already got this week 1 package. Now we have got week 2 package. So now I'm going to create a new program Java class there in week 2 package. So I'm going to create a class. Okay, so this is the window we have got here. So the class name, I'm going to calculate the area of the circle. Okay, so my class name would be like calculate area. So calculate area, you can write like here, and I'm going to hit in this main methods and hit finish. Okay, so we have got this calculate area.java file. So the file name will be same as the class name in Java. So you can see here the exact same thing. And now we have to write a simple program, simple code inside the main methods. Okay, so in here first of all we have to think, let's say if you want to create a area of circle, what parameters, what inputs, what outputs are there. So in our case, if we supply the value of radius, then we can get the area of the circle. It means radius will be the input variables, while area is our output variable. So in this case, the constant, there is another constant which we call as the pi, and we also need to define that particular constant here in our Java project. So let's begin. So to create a constant here, first of all you can go inside of this class and just we have to write a keyword called final, and just write this is static. And what is the name for this variable? That name is pi. And what is the data type for that one? So it's like a number. It's not an integer, it's like a decimal number. So we can write double, and the name, the constant in Java is always represented by capital letters, and then we have to assign the value. So that's it. So now we have got this constant. So this is the constant. Okay, constant, we have created this constant. So now we have to work inside of this main method. So to work inside of this main method, first of all we have to define the variables. So radius, it should be it could be like 1.2, 1.3, 7.6. So it's a double type of data it is going to hold. So we are going to write his data type as double, and you can write radius. All right, sorry, my god. Okay, so this one is the radius. So you can write here as input variable. Okay, then after we have to write another variable. That variable we want the area, and it's gonna be our output variable. Okay, so these two variables are here. So now I'm going to assign the value locally to the input variables. So in this case, I'm going to pass the value locally in the input variable. So I have assigned the value 5 into the input variable called radius. Now I have to do the processing. So now I have to do the processing. So to do processing, to perform the processing, what should be the content here? just we have to understand that we must assign all those things into the area variable. So first of all we need to have pi, okay, and the formula is radius into radius. So this is the formula of calculation of area. So formula for calculation of the area, this one is the right thing. Then after we have to just display the system, display the output. All right, so system.out.println, and then we have to write the total area of the circle is, thus we have to write here, and what is the area? That is stored in area variables. So now if you save this file and if you run this program, so first of all I want to go into this window, I want to go into this show view, and we have to just add this console. All right, so I have added these consoles. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to run this program. Okay, I'm going to run this program. Okay, so we have got the value of 78.5. That is the area of the circle. And in our example, we haven't taken any user input. So now I'm going to modify this program a little bit so that we can take the user input. All right. So to do that one, we have to import the package. So we have to import. So we have to import the package. Okay, that's called java.util and scanner. So this is the scanner class in the Java, which is in the package called utility package of this Java. So java.util package, and inside of this package there is a scanner class. So we have to use this scanner class, and in here to use this scanner class just we need to import that package. Okay, so we can use this class in our main method. So how can we use that? I'm going to show you here. So generally class has all those features, like class has already defined its methods and its variables. Okay, so you don't have to define, just you have to use that class to create the objects, and objects are capable of using the methods defined inside of the class. That is the main concept. Okay, so now I'm going to use that class. So how can I use that? Just simple. You have to go for this scanner is the class we have, and we want to create the object. Okay, we want to create the object. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do it in here. The reason I want to make it clear, so after this one I'm going to do this one in here. Okay, so I'm going to write scanner. So I want to create the object, so I want to create the object as input, and to create the object in Java programming we have to use the keyword called new and the class name. The class name is a scanner, and since we are getting the input from the keyboard, so we have to write system.in. all right, so now we have created this object. So I'm going to write something here as a comment, that input is the object of the scanner class, because object can access the methods defined inside of that scanner class. That's why we need to create the object. Okay, so now we have to use the methods. What kind of methods we want to use? Since we are working with radius and area, since radius is defined as a double type, so we have to use next double method to get the double value from the keyboard. So now I can show you how can we. So before asking anything to the user, we have to display some informations. So I'm going to display some information to the user. So by saying that system.out.println, okay, and I can say please enter the value. Okay, we have to just give this information to the user. Then after user is trying to put some value from the keyboard, so that value need to be tracked and need to be pushed into the input variables. Okay, we have to push that value into the input variables. So ultimately we have to store that keyboard inputted value into the input variables. Okay, so I'm going to write that thing. So I'm going to write here, we ultimately radius write, I mean, you store that value into the radius variable. So you have to write like the C in here, the that input, we need to have that object, and that object only get access to the methods defined inside of the scanner class. So what method do we need? Just I have told you we are dealing with the double data types, so we need to use next. Okay, just if you go in here like input dot next double, so this is the method. So this is the method we have to use, and by using this method, what happens, this object input is going to uh, track the number inserted by the user. Okay, that is the number generated by the keyboard. So that number is now going to be kept by this input. That one is the object, because that object is able to handle that method's next double, and altogether that value is assigned into the input variables, that is the radius. So in this way we can use this scanner class. So now we don't have to write this radius equals to 0, because that is the locally we have assigned that value, and this is the right way we have assigned the value from the keyboard. So after doing this one, we have got the value in the radius variable. Okay, we have got that value into the radius variable, and all other things are fine because we have got the value into the radius, and the value that is supplied through the keyboard is now stored in this radius. So radius and radius will be multiplied, and also multiplied to the pi, which is the constant, and that calculated value is going to be stored in this area, and finally the value, the area will be published in here. So let's go and run this program. Okay, so now look at here in the console window, we have got the simple display. Please enter the value. So let's say enter the value called 10. All right, and when you hit enter, the total area of the circle is 314. That is the value we have got here. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any sort of questions, or if you have any kind of doubts, you can contact me in my channel. Thank you.